This is in Brest, France right now, and this is, Buck did not know that this was going to happen, but they're going to go and follow the combat route that he had when he fought here 78 years ago. And this is the complete reenactment group for the 2nd Infantry in which Buck fought. This is amazing. Sounds good. You take good care of it. You must take good care of it. It sounds very good. Now I'm here with my buddies here that we met from the 2nd Infantry. They are the reenactment group, and I'll tell you, they ain't no bullshit. You're gonna sleep out here tonight. You're in 1944. We walked into this cow pasture here, and they're all set up here. They got their cocks. They sleep under there. They cook their own food. They're just waiting for the crowds to come. That's all. So now we're gonna take off to our part. Hey, I'll tell you guys once again, I appreciate everything you guys have done for us here. Really, I do.
Okay, Bob.
You know, you.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah, man. You're the man.
In the States, before, or in 2 years' time.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. Second to none.
Second to none.
All right. God bless you guys all. Let's go. We're jumping in this old Jeep here. Let me get in the back here. Whoa. All right.
Okay, this is a better ride.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy.
That's like the old days, buddy. Adios. Adios, muchachos. Oh, that was a blast. Gives you a little bit of taste of 1944, don't it? Woo-hoo-hoo. Just make sure there's no Panzer out there. Ah.
Depuis des années que je vais aussi à Willis, mais j'ai pas la place pour le moment. Parce que j'habite auprès de chez mes parents, mais le moment que je pars, j'achète un Willis.
Man, that's nice, man. It sure beats.
It's so cool. Back in time.
Yeah. That was great, man. I appreciate you. Hey, man. Gracias. Thank you.
Un grand merci.
Thank you.
Amusez-vous encore?
Ouais, ça va le faire. Merci à vous.
Merci beaucoup. Yeah, man. Belgian battlefield of Europe. This statue is very significant because it shows a German boot crushing the people and people wanting their freedom. Okay, and the resistance, the French resistance or Dutch resistance or Belgian resistance, any people that were against the Germans in any form which they were brought here or wherever, they would be tortured, executed. And here you have some of the original German prison guards. They look like ordinary people,
Yeah,
but they're animals, unfortunately.
they must be,
Yeah.
or they are execute themselves.
Yeah, yeah. And it's surrounded by water, so they could not escape with a gate here, as you can see. And over there you have a what they carried the Jewish people into the concentration camps and the railway after. There's right there, you can see one of the trains, one of the cars. They would fill that with 100 people, more than that, they'd squeeze them in there, and then take them to the concentration camp. And you have a tower over there, way over there, you can see the tower. We are going to be going inside the camp, just give you some of the ideas, some pictures here. You had to do your manual labor, and as you can see what happens, you worked, you dropped, they just pick you up. Yeah, this is the real place, man. It's eerie. And when you came in for the first time, that's what you did. They brought you in, you stood in front of that wall and you don't dare move because you can still see the bullet holes that they filled in. And then they had to work.
They're all responsible.
Well, we're walking down the road now to go into the camp. And you notice the children here, okay? These are school kids. They've been brought in here to learn the lessons of World War II and the results. So the teacher brings them here. They go through everything. So once they leave here, they know this was very serious stuff. Comment ça va? Ça va bien? Okay. You see how they're dressed? Okay, now let's take a good look at this place again. Okay, we're going inside. And they've left these places up for people to understand what happened. And it's, if this was back in 1942, I wouldn't want to be standing here at all. You look downriver on the right there, you'll see a tower there too. The torture chamber back in there behind there, we're going to see all of that. Now look at these dark walls, okay? You were down in here, these are different rooms up here, okay? And we're going to go right to the, and you can, all the markings on the wall are still all original. There's a number coming up here, Zekas. See, these are some of the people that were, they would be, unfortunately, people who paid the price for whatever they did and were caught for. Sad. And you see the German sign up there. Wat zegt het? Okay.
Doors facing us. Left and right, barbed wire fencing. The concrete towers of the fort rise before us. The lonely plains all around. And fear has filled our hearts.
Man, it's bigger than I thought it was. I've only seen pictures of it, but it's, and these are all the cells down in here. Okay, this is where you would stay if you were caught. This is a cell. That's all you have. There's no toilet in here. There's nothing. And you're stuck in here until they let you out to face whatever they had for you. Now there's several of them in here. There's one there, and one there, and one there. That is number 7. And here it must, you open that and slide in there to feed you or whatever. Wow. Now you can imagine if you're in here in the wintertime, there's no heat in here at all. Okay? So these are all places where people were then brought in here, interrogated. Carried out with the garbage, as you can see here. Now you can see the size of this place. And the rooms upstairs where they house people, there's no way you can get out when you see the windows. Wow. And here, these are all halls where people were driven through. There's a German soldier right there. He would be a guard. And on the other side, same thing. If you go to YouTube, you can actually find the story on this camp, okay? Now they would bring people in here and lay them on the ground. You'll see the pictures of them. And those were like places where they would be interrogated. These are actually pictures of actual prisoners that were caught and then brought in here. scary looking thing over there. Buildings that were used for when I don't explain it. Eerie place. These are actual drawings that some people made when they had opportunity, and then these things were hidden and they were found after. The Kunst van Laag.
Oké, maar ik ben weer aan het kijken. Ja, oké. Ja,
These are actual drawings of what happened here. You'll see them with a knife cutting them there and beaten here. And it's amazing that the people after drew these things. So this gives you an indication, again, of the severity of ending up in Breendonk. Only 8 kilometers from our house. That's not very far. You can see the size of it. These are the halls on my right, then all the way down here on my left. These are all cells with people. All the way down there. There's another cell block here. Look how small it is. Okay, that's it. You're in cell block number 4. Look at how that is. You can't open it, of course. But imagine being in here. Okay, this one here. That's it. Nothing. No toilet. Nothing. And look at the shackles down there. So you were shackled in here. Okay? You couldn't. I mean, this is serious stuff. There's one guy, he's got a toilet right there. That's it. I just couldn't imagine spending months in here. You know, I just couldn't. Man, there's no room for nothing. See, there's a rope down there that you're tied down on. You would come and wash. And you'd be guarded as you come in here to wash your hands or whatever. Which probably didn't happen very often. That lady there is telling the story. She was one of the survivors. That was done quite a while ago. Okay, so to see the amount of people that was here, I just left that one stall. This is another stall, and that's all you have down here, all the way down both ends. The one end I filmed, and all the way down there. So you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'd have 20 people in this cell, okay? And then you got all these rows on both sides. So then you realize how many people were in here. Oh, terrible. See, then they were let out to come and wash or whatever. And this one here, look at it. This is more like a group situation. Here we have another interrogation room here. Okay. Man, these marks on the wall, you see the finger marks, different things. See, there you have coffins. See them? They were fortunate enough to be buried in coffins. Some of them weren't. Okay, we are now in a torture chamber where they would hook up the people. Okay, you see the hook there, and then they would yank on it there and pull you up with that in your mouth. And then, you know, you can see, then these are some of the torture things. They're nailed down that they used to poke. It would heat them up. Behind me there's a fire thing here, okay, right there, and they would stick him in there, heat him, and then they would torture the poor individual. I mean, this is pretty sad stuff.
47.
Oh, 47, okay. I'll listen to it.
January 1943. Marguerite Paquet.
I was taken to the fort of Breendonk, charged with spying. I was interrogated 7 times in the torture chamber. Completely naked, they handcuffed me with large wooden handcuffs behind my back. A rope through a pulley attached to the ceiling ended with a slip knot. It was threaded around the handcuffs, and I was pulled off the ground, then beaten with a large leather truncheon. My interrogators were smoking, stubbed their cigarettes out on my back. My fingers were crushed in a press during these interrogations. Another time, I was given electric shocks using an instrument with metal points. When I fainted, they brought me down.
So this is a place where they, unfortunately, you see all the executions, and it's amazing. People don't want to remember this, but you know what? For me being here, I'll tell you, it's made a big difference in my understanding of what freedom is. Look at the people. Of course, these are all a compilation of different concentration camps that they have here at Breendonk. The thing is, I don't think we understand the seriousness of this day and age. You can talk about last days and all the sin in the world, but this is the ultimate sign to me. 60,000 people, 60 million people for over 4 years were butchered, tortured, and their faith was taken from them. Not a good deal. They would strip the women, and then with cigarette butts, they would. Anyway, it's beside that. That lady just mentioned that. I cut it off. Of course, these pictures are gruesome, but they tell the truth. That's how they would carry the bodies out, with a hook like that. These are all women and children, and that's when the Americans opened up the one camp, Buchenwald. And they found all this. They were shocked. That's why they were so angry. They put all the guards against the wall and shot every single one of them. And they wanted to court-martial them, but General Patton stepped in and says, "No way. You have no idea. These men went through so many years of combat, months of combat, and they took the frustrations out. They're not going to be court-martialed." And they weren't court-martialed. They were actually let go. And one of them went to roll call. That I met him. He was one of the ones that. Let's never forget. Look at. Humiliating. The men are brought in and stripped, and they're cut off, and they're sitting there naked, and then they're being hauled in there by other captives and cleaned. It's just amazing. Their heads are measured, and if you were strong enough, then you were put to work. These are the toilets. Okay, for those who had fortune enough, you stand there, you can pee in there and poo in here. You can imagine this if you had to come in here with all the people in here. Something I just can't imagine. Wow. Okay, they just mentioned that these toilets, okay, they were made to go 1 and 2. They only had 1 time a day they could go, and you're only allowed 1 minute in here with no toilet paper or anything. And then the guards would usher you in and usher you out. That's it. I can't believe that. This is a picture of lice in the barracks here, and that's what those people had to face. I mean, enough is enough. I'm going to be going in a minute here, but they put that in here to show people that these places were filled with lice, these poor people. Okay, we just finished our short walk in here. We only saw a part of the camp. It's humongous. And we took it to one chamber area, but there's several of those inside the fort. So now I'm just going to take a walk over there to one of the trains that were used to transport people to Auschwitz. Because Green Baron has a lot of well, we all know that. And then of course again when we see over there more towers over there. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm going to end the tape right now. It's kind of hard to smile after being in there, but hey, this is important. If I want people to learn, I want my grandkids to learn about this. So anyway, from Belgium in Breendonk, Bob. Right over Grimbergen. From
SME.
Okay, is that in Grimbergen here? No? Wow. All right.
Touristic flight.
Yeah. Chibi. Family. Yeah, look how they changed the roof since the last time I was here. They put a new roof on it and windows. So they've totally redone that house, really. And of course the small house next to it has been torn down and that's replaced it, you know, the place where you kept, that I remember the canoes and stuff as a kid. But this is it. Could be the last time I come here, but I'm so glad I did. Kind of a windy day, but there's the church, and that's something, huh?
I think it's
Wow. Yeah, you should go inside, but...
Yeah, you can't go, there's a funeral.
Oh, it's...
liedje nu naar u brengen. Dus
There was a second division in World War II. Made the Normandy land, took Hill 192. Crossed sunken road, fought from hedgerow to hedgerow. Took southern France and also St. Louis. We took ground, took it in World War I. Called the second division is second to none. Moved on to Brest, fought from house to house. Went upstairs as quiet as a mouse. I looked in the corner and to my delight saw a U.S. blanket made neat and tight. There was a big trouble that made a loud sound.
played Alabama bound. We knew that then they'd been there and won. Cause the second division, second to none. That was McCarty, Polton, Dewdrey and me. Thomas and Matthews, we were all M.B. It was the Battle of the Bulls and the secret freight line. We had to move out, we didn't have much time. We fought in the cold from sun to sun. Cause the second division is second to none. Yes, the second division is second to none.
Oh, bravo.
This is Jupiter 00, and it's, as you know, of course it's non-alcoholic, but it's one of the best ones I've had. I've had some from Germany that were very good. I don't know where this one was made from. Brussels, made in Brussels. Het is in Brussel gemaakt.